What is NAD?
So NAD stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's a vitamin B3 derivative. And what it essentially does is it helps give your cells the building blocks to have excellent energy centers, your mitochondria. So it helps repair and replace the weakened mitochondria so that you have the strongest energy producers that you could have. So yeah, it has a lot of different uses. So back in the 60s, it was used for schizophrenia.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And, it worked pretty well. And, but it was hard to patent. So, Big Pharma needed a pill that they could patent.
Was this naturally occurring in your body?
Right. So, it kind of fell out of favor. And then in the 80s, it was used in treatment centers for alcohol withdrawal.
Interesting.
So people would check in and, walk around with NAD drips infusing for 8 hours a day.
Get out.
Yeah. And, most recently, it started to be used for, for high functioning people because it helps with athletic performance. It helps with mental focus. It helps with creativity, anxiety, depression. These are all some of the indications that people would choose to use NAD.
I never knew about the schizophrenia treatment and what it was used for in terms of withdrawal. Is it still has some clinical efficacy or usage these days?
Yeah, absolutely. It helps to reduce cravings. So, we have several clients that are withdrawing from different kinds of substance abuses, and they choose to use NAD to help them with that.
Often NAD gets touted as the fountain of youth drug.
Right.
People, is not just internal revitalization, but also there's, an aesthetical perspective of taking this drug. Is that also one of its benefits?
Yeah, aside from it giving you a ton of energy, it also helps with fat burning as well. So it could help you look a little leaner, a little slimmer, and it's great. A lot of people call it the anti-aging or age reversal agent. So it's great for that as well.
Yeah, I will say too, when I first started taking it, right, I started to feel satiety, right? Like I started to feel, I didn't have food cravings. And I would notice that, especially right after an injection, I felt like I was just a little bit more under control in terms of like what I desire. Which even though I've pretty much been working out, a healthy eating person most of my life, for me, cakes, cookies are always like very difficult. We have a child in the house. You have these things in your house, so I'm always creeping up, to the pantry for a little
snack.
Yeah, and I noticed I wasn't doing that as much when I was taking it. Is it any kind of effect on appetite at all?
Not necessarily appetite, but definitely cravings.
Yeah.
So that craving for the cookie. I had this one client who told me that every night before he goes to bed, he would take a shot of tequila, just every single night. And after his first dose, he was like, I went for that tequila, took the shot, and it tasted different. Like
wow.
it tasted bad to me.
Yeah.
It's the same tequila he's been drinking every single day, which probably isn't the healthiest thing to do anyway, but he just couldn't take it. Like it tasted gross to him. So I think he said that he switched over to a bourbon.
A bourbon and NAD.
But it definitely helps with cravings. So
is that when people usually feel a shift like that soon, or what's the average amount of time? Because often I'm sure someone wants, if they're going to start taking it, because it's not cheap sometimes, right? When should someone expect to feel a difference?
Yeah, a lot of people hope to feel a difference after their first infusion. which from my experience, it's not that way. Typically, after the third to fourth dose is when people start to get that light switch moment where they're like, oh, I feel different. I have an extra gear.
Yeah.
And typically people will notice it in their workouts or with their sleep. They might be getting some amazing sleep.
That was something I noticed, was the sleep as well. Sleep
really
was good.
Right. And that helps everything.
Yeah.
If you can sleep well at night, I mean, it helps a lot of other functions.
Yeah. And I was getting REM sleep as well because I was definitely having vivid dreams. So that was a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. So typically about the fourth dose is when people notice it. And typically what we do is we do 5 treatments in a 10-day period for loading. We want to saturate the body with NAD. And then after that, we will typically do monthly infusions.